do to me.
You a fuck nigga, stay up in your lane.
South side, been ready. North side.
Love one and one.
I don't care what they say about. Don't care what they say about.
My damn lighter. Well, hey, what's good, you guys? It's Boomer, and you're watching Ballystar, and today we're getting into Blackie Speaks. Future hates Russell Wilson, man. I had to pause the video because I'm gonna rewind it in a minute. But I had to pause the video exactly at 5 seconds into the video, and once I heard Future's verse on a song I never heard before, by the way. I think I remember hearing it once on IG on a meme page or something, like something relating to this, but I didn't really remember it like that, because this still sounds new to me, so it's like, it still sounds like I heard it for the first time. And it's like, yeah, hearing his verse on a song like that, I'm like, nah, the energy behind the way he was saying that, bro. Let's get straight on into it, man. Make sure you leave a like just below the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new, so we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Let's get straight on into it, man. Let's go. That's the part I heard. One more time for the people in the back.
Now, Future really hates Russell Wilson, as you could hear from those lyrics. Now, Future, Meathead, that used to be his rap name, Hendrix, Pluto, whatever you want to call him, is of course a 39-year-old rapper out of Atlanta who's been around for some time. In this video, we're going to talk about a little bit about Future's hatred for athlete Russell Wilson, who's a quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Future the other day was featured on this record with Quavo, and in that record he said, F Russell. Why exactly does Future hate Russell Wilson? Well, let's talk a little bit about that. The story starts with Future and Ciara, who's of course a singer, songwriter, and artist. Future and Ciara began dating back in 2012 after being spotted out for dinner in Beverly Hills. It was then at that moment confirmed that they were in fact dating. Future during an interview stated that the chemistry between him and Ciara was amazing and that she makes him happy. They had a very public relationship, boasting about their love on social media as soon as the rumors broke. And in 2013, Future got on one knee and proposed to Ciara. This happened on her 28th birthday, and Future proposed with a 15-carat ring. They made national headlines after he proposed. I don't get into nothing to get out, Future said, in relation to his relationship with Ciara. This is the one, Future said about Ciara. Future was actually ready to marry Ciara and even spoke about this publicly. I'm getting older. You got one life to live, so I'm living it the way I want to live it. Our wedding was still not locked down at the time, but he had plans to eventually take it there. Just like Future himself, Ciara was doting on Future, and it seemed like this was going to be the couple. They looked like they really enjoyed each other.
Nah, trust me, man. I listened to one Ciara song. I think it's called I Bet. Yeah, it's a song about Future. You know what I'm saying? Before she met Russell and stuff, man. She really loved this dude, you feel me? So, yeah. And then he made a song with this and Ciara. I thought that track was kind of hard. I like both songs that they made.
And they always spoke about each other so highly. In May 2014, Future and Ciara welcomed their first child, Future Zahir Wilburn. It looked like their relationship was progressing and everything was all gravy. Ciara even described meeting Future as God answering her prayers. However, a few months later, things turned out for the worse. It was reported that Future, only 3 months after their first child was born, cheated. Ciara called off their engagement and they split. It was being alleged that Future had been cheating with his personal stylist. Apparently she felt embarrassed and humiliated after this experience. Future, however, denied the cheating rumors and stated that the only reason why it ended was because they grew apart. In 2015, Ciara, after the heartache, decided to move on, and that's when she met Russell Wilson. The relationship ended up being public very quickly. Right after they started dating, Russell Wilson was spotted with Future's son publicly, and this made Future mad. Future, as a response to this, said the following in an interview. Let it progress a little more before you bring him to it. Even let me meet him before you bring him around my son. I don't want just anybody around my son. I don't know his character. They might be God-fearing and everything else, but there's crazy in this world. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to judge him for myself. I want to judge the nannies that surround my child. I don't want to pay for a nanny that I never met, that I never got the chance to interview. That's not the life I want for my child. I want to be involved 100% in all decisions made. This is my flesh and blood. If I don't want him to do something, there's supposed to be a compromise, or we're supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to just go behind my back and do it. This is my son too. In other words, Future just didn't like his son being around a man who he didn't know personally so quickly. The following year, Future went on a Twitter rant where he posted a series of tweets speaking about the ongoing custody battle between him and his ex he was up against. This got control problems, Future said. I gotta go through lawyers to see baby Future. The fuck for $15K a month. I just want baby Future, that's all. I've been silent for a year and a half. I ran out of patience. Get ready for this classic, he ended it with. The consequences to Future's words were severe, as Ciara and her legal team filed a $15 million defamation lawsuit against Future. The source of this lawsuit were the numerous interviews where Future was discussing Ciara's private life, along with criticizing her parenting skills and her relationship with Russell. The lawsuit highlighted the inconsistencies Future's comments by stating that he had in fact seen his son over 19 times since their split. Ciara ended up receiving a lot of public backlash for this, as did Future himself. A month after filing this lawsuit, Ciara got engaged to Russell Wilson. Future, after this, was ordered to appear in Georgia court for a deposition, where he would be required to speak under oath about the relationship he had with Ciara. As the court battle continued, it was being reported that Ciara was coming for Future's character. Her and her legal team alleged that Future was a bad person and a bad father who wasn't present in his son's life. The judge ended up siding with Future on this and didn't believe what Ciara was alleging about Future being a bad father. He ended up winning the custody battle, and in the end, they got joint custody of their son. In 2016, in the same month, Future that Ciara was coming for Future's character. Her and her legal team alleged that Future was a bad person and a bad father who wasn't present in his son's life. The judge ended up siding with Future on this and didn't believe what Ciara was alleging about Future being a bad father. He ended up winning the custody battle, and in the end, they got joint custody of their son. In 2016, in the same month that Ciara got married to Russell, she claimed that Future's disparaging remarks about her led to her losing out on $500,000 of endorsement deals. Future's legal team then asked the judge to dismiss this part of the defamation lawsuit. Sometime after that, the judge did side with Future and stated that the series of tweets that he fired off didn't warrant the $15 million lawsuit. After this, Ciara ended up dismissing the lawsuit in the end, and that's the end of that.
Word.
Celebrity relationships never seem to be amicable when they eventually do split, and I always used to wonder why. And the conclusion I came to is I think a lot of celebrities pick each other based on superficial things like status. That does make sense though, because there's a reason why celebrities don't usually date outside of the industry. A lot of it has to do with someone in their industry usually not only understands what they go through, but they're 9 times out of 10 used to the kind of lifestyle that they live. So there's a mutual understanding as far as that perspective. However, like we've seen time and time again, the splits are anything but amicable and actually are kind of nasty. Also, because the media is all up in their faces, you know, you gotta make statements to protect your image and whatnot. In this story, Future's anger was sparked from seeing his son being pushed in a stroller by Russell. I think the anger Future had came from a good place. At the end of the day, Future himself did a pretty good job at keeping his son away from the media during this whole ordeal. And then when his son appeared in the media, he had an issue with that. And, you know, I think he has every right to say that. Although for Future, in a lot of these instances, he's kind of came across as a guy who's had a very hard time letting go of the past. I mean, close to 9 years later, here he is on his records talking about Russell. As for that particular diss, by the way, I think that shit was whack. I mean, it's a good song, but I'm saying the diss itself was whack. I don't see the point in dissing the same man who's taking care of your son. Being a responsible and mature parent means if you are co-parenting your children with an ex-partner, part of the deal is you gotta show some level of respect for whoever they choose to get involved with. You don't like them, so be it. We're grown. It ain't about your hatred for them as it is about setting a good and healthy example for your children. Also, Russell Wilson hasn't done anything but be a pretty responsible man. I don't know too much about him, but I do know that this guy is a decent fella, or at least that's what he appears to be. He's seen and viewed as a man of high character.
Seems like a good chipper on the block.
Seems to really respect and love Russell Wilson outside of hip-hop, that is. Obviously, Future won't be able to see that because he's with the woman that he once loved and made him happy. I gotta say this too, there's nothing to salute here. Future isn't real for saying what he said, like a lot of guys are saying. Ain't nothing real about disrespecting the same man who's taking care of your son, no matter how you feel about him. Bottom line, he's on your team. The same man Future's dissing is the same man who's making him peanut butter jelly sandwiches for his son before he goes to school. If anything, Future should be saluting Russell, which I'm sure he does privately on the phone. But publicly, Future does have an image of being a savage, so he always by any means has to feed into that image. Anyway, like the video if you enjoyed it. If you do, I appreciate you for that.
Alright, you guys, so that was Blackie Speaks, man. Future hates Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? People think differently. What? Again, Future is Future. We are not Future. I'm not Future. You're not Future. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how he goes about that is how he goes about that. You know what I'm saying? How you go about your business, you know what I'm saying, with these women, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's however you want to act, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's just how it is, dog. You feel me? But let me know your thoughts about it down in the comment section down below. You already know it's a boomer, and you're watching Bali Star, man. Make sure to leave a like to support the video if you like it. Subscribe if you're new, so we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Brand new album, The Cursed Blessing Deluxe, baby. You feel me? It's the luck. Nah, but really, go check that out, G. You know what I'm saying? It's right here. I don't know what to do. I just want you to come